feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up.
Hey everyone, today I wanted to do a quick pack dump for you, show you what I'm going to be taking with me this season. First hunt up is my Archery Mule deer tag. That's my main focus. I do have an elk tag as well, and the seasons start at the same time, but I also have time off in September dedicated specifically for elk hunting. So I'm going to walk you through what I'm taking with me. I'll be taking my trailer up, camping, and just doing day trips out of the trailer, so you won't see any of my backpacking gear. That'll be when I do a pack dunk for September for elk. I'll walk you through that as well, but that won't be until later time. So, starting things off, my bag. This is the EXO Mountain Gear 4800 bag on their K3 frame. This has been the greatest bag I've ever had. I have no complaints. This bag is perfect for anything and everything you think you need. It folds down nice and tight for day use. It has a perfect system for carrying meat and hauling heavy loads, and it also expands out to get you 7 to 10 days on a backcountry hunt if you pack it right. If you do the normal thing on your first backcountry hunt where you just throw everything you have into the bag, you're not going to get 7 to 10 days out of it. But if you really learn your system and figure out what to do, what to bring, what to leave at home, you can easily stretch this bag out for up to that 10-day period. So this is something that is always on my bag. This is just a little Z seat that I use for glassing. I also use it if I am backpacking right at the front of my tent, so I have kind of like a little mat for my feet so I don't have to worry about getting dirt in and out or worry about my boots. That's always just right here on the bottom of my bag. Really nice. It's thin, very light, but it makes a world of difference when you're sitting and glassing for hours on end. This is new to me, but you guys have already seen the video of me kind of breaking this down. Alright, so these are new. First time I'm going to be using them is going to be this year, this season. These are those Lone Peak leather stockisons made here in Utah. Really excited about these. I did do a video when I unboxed these and just kind of a quick overview and first impressions. I can't wait to use these. They're going to be amazing. Okay. Now, before I get into the bag, just go over my Camo Gear, which I also did a video on that as well. This year we're working with Catch and Release Camo, local company out of Nampa, Idaho. If you haven't heard of them, go check them out. Use our discount code WRA10. That will save you 10%, and if you put in your comments that we sent you and put free hat, the owner Moosey will send a free hat as well. So again, Catch and Release Camo. I did do a video on this gear that we'll be using this year, so go check that video out if you're curious about the actual system itself. My bino harness, this is a Marsupial Gear bino harness. I do have 2 pouches on it, and I'll go over everything that I carry with me. For starters, the obvious things, I have 12x50 binoculars by Vortex, and I have my rangefinder. This is just a cheap little Halo rangefinder. I've had it for years, but it's a great rangefinder and I'm very happy with it. I use a thumb button, which if you've watched any of the videos, you'll know. This is my Scott Archery Pursuit. This is always just right here on my rangefinder, so it's easy to access because that's always on my chest. There's never a time where it's not on my chest. On the other side of my rangefinder is just a wind check, just some type of powder, tells you what way the wind's blowing, helps you with thermals. I don't typically carry anything in this front pouch except for like a lens cloth, just for my glass so I can quickly clean it off if I need to, but nothing really sits in the front of that. In the back of this bino harness there is a little mesh pocket here. What's in that is just tags. And then I've got this side pocket here, the side pouch. Primarily the reason I bought this and use this is to carry my Garmin InReach Mini. This thing is a must, even if you don't think you're gonna be out of service, you just never know. And it's a good safeguard just to know that you have a way to communicate with people if you need help. I also carry a few small things in this pouch as well because there's so much space, which includes chapstick, very small amount of rope. This is just a knock that I've wrapped a lot of electrical tape around to save space and weight. And then a little mini lighter. Again, I don't carry a lot of things, especially when I'm doing a day trip, because if I need something I can just go back to camp. And most of the time if you do need something it can wait till the end of the day. This little pouch has a pocket in the front of it, and that's where I keep all my calls and my reads. So as you may know, that video has finally loaded, so we teamed up with Slayer Game Calls, and I have their bugle tube and their full range elk reads. Really excited to use these in September, but I always have them on me. You never know if you're going to be sitting water and you want to do some cold calling, or if you have an opportunity and you want to do a little calf call to stop a bull. So that's the bino harness. Alright, now for the pack. Again, EXO Mountain Gear 4800 on their K3. I have one hip belt pouch. Inside of this, I don't really carry anything specific on day trips except for two things. My bino adapter to go onto my tripod, and my phone scope adapter to mount onto my spotting scope and attach to my phone too for footage. Other things that I might carry in there, if I'm on a rifle hunt, I might have some extra cartridges. If I don't want to carry anything in my bino pouch, or I don't want to bring that extra pocket, I'll put my InReach in here as well. The EXO comes with a lid. I'm just going to detach that lid and show you what I usually put in it. So it's just 4 main buckles to detach that lid. They have 2 pockets here, one large pocket for the main compartment of the lid and one smaller pocket. This small top pocket, what goes in there for me is my headlamp. This is a Peaks headlamp. If you haven't heard of this, go check it out. This is the brightest headlamp with the best battery life you're going to get. It has 1,000 lumens with a couple different options for brightness and duration of time. It also rotates completely 180 degrees, so you don't have to worry about putting it on wrong. Buttons on the sides, you're not kind of fiddling trying to find it. You just grab each side, click, you're good to go. Another great feature, the light itself detaches from the head mount, which makes it really nice if you just need a quick flashlight or if you don't want to have any extra weight on your head. And then this big pouch, typically what I have in here is one bag of food. So if I'm backpacking, I'll break things down into little gallon bags, and that's each day for my food. And I put one in the lid so it's easy access. Right now all that's in here is my phone scope case, so I don't forget to bring it. A battery pack, which does have an emergency use solar charger, but really it's just a battery pack. That solar charger doesn't really do anything for me. Okay, one extra thing that I keep in that hip belt or in my lid is a backup release. As you've maybe seen, this is my current backup release. This is the UltraView hinge. I really like the hinge, but I'm worried about having a shot opportunity and blowing it because I'm too excited. So for now, this is the backup release. It's always a good idea to have a backup release with you, even if you use a wrist strap. You just never know if you're going to put it down and forget about it. So take a backup if you can. This EXO has a little stretch pocket here on the front, and I have 2 things in there just for quick access, easy use. The first is Pack cover. I like using an orange pack cover because it allows me to have more visibility. So if I'm ever rifle hunting or in an area where I'm kind of nervous, that gives me more visibility, people can see me. Also, I like to have a rain cover just in case to keep all my gear dry. This is a little, they call it the Stormbreaker. This is by Vortex Optics, the Stormbreaker jacket. I don't know if they make this anymore, but it's a super lightweight, basically a windbreaker with a little bit of DWR coating. I can say that this does not hold up very well in a strong rainstorm, but it will get you to shelter and keep you somewhat dry if you need to. Alright. In the main compartment I have my vest from Catch and Release Camo. Again, go watch that video if you have any questions about their gear. And then I have a couple different stash buckets from 6 a.m. This first one, this is my first aid kit. Things that I have in here: gauze, quick clot, tourniquet, and then I have some pills with Tylenol, multivitamin, Benadryl. Just like the bare necessity basics, things to get you by. This is a very condensed version of my possibilities pouch. What's in here is my Havalon knife and replaceable blades, backup headlamp, this is the Black Diamond Spotlight, some pyro putty, an extra lighter, the tool to replace blades on the Havalon, and then some waterproof matches. Again, this is just a day trip, but I like to be somewhat prepared in case I need to, in case I get stuck in an area, or if I just want to be able to start a fire. I like to have a little bit of gear with me, and it doesn't weigh that much, so it's worth packing just for some peace of mind. This is toilet paper and wipes. You should always have this with you. If you don't, you're messing up. And that's everything for the main compartment. Starting with the side pockets, this is my tripod. I'm going to butcher the name because I don't think anyone can say it right. This is a Suru tripod. This is the T004SK. It is aluminum, so it weighs about 10 ounces more than their carbon. I just didn't want to spend the extra $100, and I don't notice 10 ounces enough to have it make a difference. This is their VA5 head, and it's the greatest head that I've ever used for glassing, especially for binos and spotting scopes. Super smooth, super easy to navigate and use. Alright. And on this other side, I have trekking poles. The one time that you need trekking poles and you don't have them, you will regret it, so just always take some with you. They're very light, compactable, and worth their weight. And then I have my spotting scope. This is a Vortex Diamondback. I am still saving money for a nice fancier spotting scope, but the one I had before this broke, and so I wanted to get something with that VIP warranty. I really love this spotting scope. It's small, it's lightweight, but I do wish I had something with a little bit better glass and more zoom capacity. Okay. And then last but not least, on my feet, these are my boots. These are the Crispy Laponias. These are actually their old version. These have been discontinued. They've remade the Laponia. I bought these, one, because they were on sale, and two, because I like a lighter, flexible boot, and these have been amazing for me to use. Favorite boot that I've had so far. I've tried another pair of Crispy boots and a few other different brands, and so far these have been my favorite boots that I've had. Used them during my bear hunt and had no problems, no hot spots, no blisters. And even though they don't have the ankle brace support technology, they even though they don't have that ankle brace support technology, they are firm enough around your ankles where you feel secure with heavy loads. And then you've seen this in a lot of my videos. This is my bow that I'm using for this year. This is my Matthews V3 with the Pro Tracker 3K carbon weave arrows, and then on the broadhead I'll be using the Iron Will solid single bevel to the right. That's what I'm bringing for day trips for archery mule deer this year. Again, I'll make another video for my upcoming elk hunt because I plan to do some backpacking for that. Leave a comment if you have any questions about anything that I've kind of covered today, or if you have any suggestions for things you think I'm missing and could use. I'm always up for suggestions. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, guys.